Imani Scott Blackwell, and I'm one of the farmers in the People's Produce in Athens, Georgia.
My name is Gabriel Osoria, mostly known as Gabi, and farming.
Well, my background is in community organizing and activism, mainly based in Athens, Georgia, and really just over the years, the work has my own radicalization and politicization and learning more about connecting to my culture, connecting to my roots. Um, and so through that process, it has kind of led me to want to rebuild my relationship with the land and repair harms, broadly with between the land and myself and other Black people as well, um, and kind of shift the narrative away from the trauma that came through and harmed our relationships with the land through our enslavement, and now being able to voluntarily rebuild those relationships and those skill sets, which ultimately I feel like is like a survival related goal, and ultimately for revolutionary purpose, because what do they say, if people that can't feed themselves can't free themselves.
Well, for me, I think a lot of things came to existence, or a lot of issues were happening at the same time. For example, Hurricane Maria uh, happened in Puerto Rico. I was not there, but I did have a house that I grew up over there. And basically, when the disaster happened, nobody had ways to get food. There was uh, a lot of, there wasn't as many people farming, and that woke up the hurricane and all the issues that were going on woke up that fire of wanting to farm. Um, and also once you, once I started finding out about, the difference of foods and how they can benefit you or harm you, and what we eat due to our culture or our history, um, then that it put me on another level. I'll go first. So for me, it has to be. It's very rewarding though, but the hardest part for me is not being so flexible with time and learning that the plant, the earth has its own time, and it's time for everything. And that if you are not walking uh, in time with the changes and what's going on, it's gonna go on without you. So definitely can't procrastinate, because things here will definitely go on.
Hmm. That's true. Um, well, I guess it's interesting because we started this project at the same time that we were having a baby. So that part was definitely, I think, the hardest part of like growing a human and trying to, manage whatever 5, 6 beds that we had here at that time. Doing stuff that, neither of us had really done before.
Nighttime farming.
Yeah. And it being summertime, so it was extremely hot. Just that, yeah, it was bold, ambitious on what we were trying to do, and continues to be ambitious because now we're just like, we have a 1-year-old and are trying to do all of this. And so I think just the work-life balance living in a society that isn't really conducive to like being able to survive off of subsistence farming or off a farm, at, the scale that we're doing, not at major agricultural, selling to grocery stores type level. Um, that, still having to kind of work other jobs and find other ways to be able to meet your basic needs while doing this work, which I feel like both of us probably agree is very, like, much more rewarding and, like, more of what we would want to be doing, and prioritizing more time to, but not necessarily being able to do that and still, like, keep the lights on. Honestly, I'm still amazed I feel like a little kid learning about as we're growing stuff and like seeing the first plant. I'm like, this came from a flower and this came from a seed. Like it just still has so much, wonder to me. Um, and it's so satisfying when, you get to harvest time. But even many steps along that process, just being so new, it feels to me like we shouldn't be able to grow anything, like everything that we have to die. But it doesn't. It lives and like we see it and people eat it and it's just amazing.
I agree with that, 100. And also when you hear from your family that like, oh, if your grandfather would be here, he would be so proud, or like they'd just be so amazed on how I never met my grandfather, and you just do things that are in your history, in your blood, in your family. Uh, that's a big one for me.
Um, I would say just try, do it, get out there and at whatever scale is obtainable at that time, whether it be like a small raised bed at home or like what we were able to get involved in, finding an incubator or a training or a mentorship program, finding opportunities to work under other farmers and just get going so you can start building those skills. And then be ready to, whenever you have your next move that you're trying to make personally, you at least have that skill set and background to fall on. Networking also always a big piece. Meeting other farmers and other people that can help you get resources as a farmer. That's a big piece that I think honestly a lot of farmers don't have necessarily is like being able to um, consider like all of the external resources that could possibly be brought in to help expand what they're trying to do. So that is something that I think would be kind of a bit of a leg up if you go into this work already thinking about like how can I resource myself while also being able to do this.
So advice, um, don't don't wait till you're at a certain point, or don't wait till you're at this level of living situation, or you can always start with the smallest, with a bucket, 5 gallon bucket. And Google is your friend.
On
Uh,
YouTube.
and YouTube, you can learn a whole lot there. So on Instagram, the People's Produce Athens. On Facebook, the people, the produce, Athens.
Okay.